Howdy, howdy, and how do you do? And welcome back to some Peglin. You know, we're gonna give the old Spinventor a little bit of a break today, just so that we can hopefully beat Cruciball 14 with the Roundrel, where we have 20% less HP. I think we should be fine, especially with the refilibuster. We should have plenty of DPS to go around, but that is yet to be seen, or yet to be, well, it is to be desired, but yet to be seen. I've been watching some Blacklist. My wife and I have been. And the more I watch it, the more I wonder if, like, these organizations, I don't know if you guys ever watched Blacklist, but essentially it's a crime ring that's all over the world, and there's all kinds of different jobs and tasks and I guess professions within it that are quite usually, we don't even have enough money to do anything. I gotta get used to these higher Cruciball levels because we've been playing the lower Cruciball levels with Spinventor. Do we want to duplicate one of our orbs? I don't think so. I think it's a little too early for it. But the more I watch the show, the more I think those actually exist. Which, I mean, I'm sure there's so much that is in this world that I'm not aware of, I'm naive to, and I think I'm perfectly happy being naive to it. I think there's a lot of dangerous things out there, which, if the show has any sense of I think it's possible. I think it is possible that these kind of crime ring things exist, just based off of things that we've heard in the news and stuff like that. But the more I'm kind of fearful that it is accurate. Oh, come on. Guess we can go for the bomb, but the bomb's only 35 damage. I should have changed it, the angle up a little bit so that we can hit the refresh there, but I guess we don't need this refresh, to be fair. There we go. We just wanted to collect some money. That's what I wanted to do. Maybe we grab the sphere for Pierce. It's not a bad call. It's not a bad orb. I wish we got that eye circle that was previously given to us, but I think we're fine for now. Fine in grabbing it, of course. We don't want to upgrade it. We don't want to spend all of our money because we want to make sure we still have plenty of Monet for... I shouldn't have thrown the sphere first. I should have thrown... Ah, we got lucky with the bramble effect on it. Except for the fact that you still hit us. But we did get lucky with the bramble effect, to say the least. Let's target the bat. Let's go ahead and take the bat out for sure. We will go ahead and target this bat. Maybe we can bounce off, hit the refresh or something. It's fine. Perfect. Perfect work. But as I'm watching the Blacklist, I think of where it's all located. Of course, the Blacklist, the show, takes place in New York City, or in the metropolitan area of New York City, which I don't think they have a course of time on that show or an idea of how long it actually takes to get around in that area, because it's miserable. One scene, they're in Washington, D.C., and then the second scene, they're going to be in New York City. Makes zero sense to me. I am glad with our purchase there. Somewhat. It did take us away from grabbing a relic here, but I'm fine with that. We can get rid of the Terror Ball and move on with our lives. Because I tell you what, living up in the Northeast, especially in the metropolitan area of New York City, no way are you going to get there and back in a decent time. No way. I guess maybe if you take public transportation, but I can't imagine FBI agents take too many public transportations to get from one place to the other. I could be wrong. I'm no FBI agent myself. Which I remember whenever I was going to college, I always thought about like maybe dabbling in it and see if it interests me to join the FBI or something like that. Just, I think, solely for bragging rights, which I think is the wrong like mindset to think of when going into something like that. But I always remember checking what the requirements are, making sure I can at least meet that as my back end. We need to start upgrading instead of, who's our boss here? Yes, the slime boss. So I think I would prefer upgrading the electromagnet over the sphere for now, because the electromagnet's going to be the one that wins us. The targeted enemies also hit nearby enemies. Not helpful, not helpful. We do want to just take this fight. We've taken a lot of fights with no upgrades to account for it, so that was a terrible sphere throw too. Tisk, tisk, tisk. And excuse me, sir, how did you end up on the other side of the map? Oh, like that, eh? You did it like that, eh? Oh, imagine if we came down and hit that refresh. We have a lot of pegs that are going to be refreshed here. Maybe we hit you since you're all the way in the back. Dang it, I didn't target the bat. Imagine we lose here, which is probably likely, I should say now. Not necessarily just probably possible. Because I'm still targeting the wrong person. I gotta think of what we should do here. Almost think we target that bat. Shoot. We're gonna lose health here, and we're gonna lose anyway, so I guess it doesn't matter in the end. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Well, that's alright. That's the punishment I deserve for the decisions we made. We'll go with an extra crit this time. But I can't imagine having that lifestyle where you're always like on the run or always having to look over your back, which I was never expecting to beat the spider level just in one throw. Of course, we had to lose some health in some way, shape, or form. Miss navigation, obviously. Has to be the proper way to go out. Jump over the refresh, jump over the refresh. Yes! Because that's another thing that always crossed my mind whenever I'm watching the show. I highly recommend watching the show. There does get to a point where, and I can see a lot of people having this viewpoint on it too, is where it gets pretty repetitive on what each episode is and what it entails. Because it's literally just always never finds an answer, never like too satisfying of a climax for each episode, each season. Granted, I only finished 2 seasons, and I think there's like 6 or 8. I don't remember how many seasons there are, but there's quite a few seasons, and I'm not too deep into them. So there's that aspect of it. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Maybe it does change a little bit in the future, but as of right now, it is a little touch bit repetitive. But still enjoyable. My wife and I have been looking for a show to watch for a while, and it seems to have hit that itch that we have. Or scratched that itch. Not hit that itch, it scratched our itch for shows to watch. What was the show we watched? We watched Dexter, which was, I would highly suggest Dexter. first. If you watch Dexter, then watch Blacklist. I highly suggest also watching Chernobyl if you have HBO, or Max is what it's called now, I think. If you have that, watch Chernobyl. Very, very interesting and informative show, I found. And I mean, very interesting. Very interesting. Game of Thrones, highly suggest Game of Thrones as well. My wife won't watch it. She doesn't like, for one, she doesn't like scary things, which Game of Thrones isn't necessarily scary, and she did not believe me whenever I said that, because whenever we turned it on, first scenes of the show was the White Walkers, and the White Walkers were not the most like friendly of faces to see, especially whenever you're trying out a new show. So she won't watch that now. And no matter how much I plead with her to try it again, give it another shot, you'll enjoy it, she won't. And I think it's because I referred it to her. And usually whenever I refer something to her and then she gets referred to it by multiple people, she won't. Because it initially came from me, and if she enjoyed it, she has to admit that I gave her a show that she would enjoy, which just does not land right. I think buying the heals here is not bad. I think the shop down here. Well, maybe we don't hit that shop ever. We'll just take the heals. We'll take on the question marks to see if we can get some kind of wild card thing going. Not the wild card thing I really wanted to go for. We do have 2 crits. I did want to go right. We desperately needed to go right. 60 damage, not bad. 2 bombs will get rid of you guys. I don't know why I skipped the dag orb there. You surviving with 1 HP is quite sad. I also saw a video today about Conor McGregor, that big, what is he, UFC fighter who boxed Floyd Mayweather and everything, where he's like theorized on some kind of hormone booster, not hormone booster, but maybe it is hormone booster is what they're calling it. But essentially, steroids. He's on steroids, is what it said. I say we just upgrade our dag orbs and hope for the best. Take on another fight. Maybe we can get more crits going. The more crits, the better, I suppose. You survive with 1 HP is quite sad. Maybe heavy shaft potion where our crits refresh the board would be nice. And the light shaft potion, I would also highly recommend getting. It's kind of hoping to hit that refresh there. You turned it into a bomb instead of hitting it as a crit. I see what you're doing there. Your heart was in the right place. Just the execution was poor. Ice circle is not a poor idea. But for now, I say we just take the upgrade and the heals, since we are about to fight an elite fight, and hope. Not a useful at all relic, I have to say. Not useful one bit necessarily. Making more bombs isn't too shabby for us. I haven't played these more difficult Cruciballs in a while. I have to say, these bad boys here are going to give us a run for our money, I think. I'm hoping we can... Ooh, not a bad play there. Not a bad play at all. With how many bombs we hit, at least. That was about the only good part about that play, I should say. The more that I see it. Not shabby. I think this powder collector is actually going to be great for us. So far, it's kind of paid off with this fight. I know this fight is kind of an outlier a little bit, and we're getting really lucky on hitting our crits. But overall, not bad, not bad, not bad. None of you orbs are going to be great. We do still want to go left because we want to hit that free relic. So maybe we just go ahead and upgrade a stone? I mean a pebble? Or do we upgrade our other dag orb? I say we upgrade one of our pebbles for the time being. And now we'll do lucky penny, so we have even more crits. Now we have 4 crits on the board, and now heavy shaft potion sounds better and better each day and each time I say it. Odds of you hitting that crit is very slim, but not 0. And that works there. I mean, you hit, what, 3 bombs? It's not bad, not bad. Now, we are still kind of dependent on RNG of where our crits lie whenever our dag orbs are up. But I will take that RNG most days of the week. I will take that. Add finesse every 3 triggered while in flight. Let's look at its. Still, while orb is in flight, it just increases the damage is all it does. No, every 1 time. So in theory, if we get this to level 3, we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4 of our crits. That's 4 finesse. That sounds pretty appealing if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I'm too against that idea. Not bad, not a bad move. Not a great move that time, but we'll take it, I suppose. Nah, you're not gonna hit 3 crits. That is fine. Plenty of work there, good sir. Do we take the heals or upgrade? I say we upgrade in hopes that that thing becomes a success in the near future. That's what it takes. Oakley and I took a little walk today, a stroll. If you don't know who Oakley is a beautiful young German Shepherd, well, about 4.5 years old. Somewhat young. I still consider her a young little pup, and she behaves like a young little pup, I tell you what. But we went on a nice little stroll around the neighborhood, and a little boy comes out of his house. I'm pretty sure he was just looking out his window and saw us walking. Comes running out of his house and says, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "Yep." And he goes, "Do you mind if I pet your dog?" I don't know. It wasn't much of a conversation there, but I was honored that someone wanted to pet Miss Oak. I was really hoping to make something happen there. I don't know what I had envisioned happening, but I envisioned something big. You have to do 440 damage. Hit the crit. No. Watch this. Dang it. Hey, we got the new. I've never grabbed that orb again. I guess I've never grabbed it. 3rd time's a try. I mean, 3rd time's the charm. Sorry. You know, 15 max HP is not bad. That puts us at 95. But I think Molten Gold, a little bit extra gold on the board will be nice. We're fighting the same boss, the slime boss again. Tends to be a case. Usually whenever we get on a, like 3 for 3, kind of, not 3 for 3, I guess, 0 for 3. Or not 0 for 3 either, I guess 0 for 2. run, we're fighting the same boss, usually. The boss doesn't really change up. I don't know if they have an algorithm around it or anything, but the boss doesn't usually change in one session. Boss stays consistent. Which I think my mic might be a little close to my mouth because I've got some, I don't know if it's called reverb, but I got some kind of audio thing from that sounded bad, and I assume you guys probably heard it too on your end. I hope you didn't, because nothing's worse than that sound whenever you're watching something on TV. No, it doesn't sound bad, but increases hit enemies debuff by 1, can target any enemy. You do exact or bait. Debuff by 3. Don't know what she's barking at, but she's barking at something. It's usually a dog that's running by. I don't think we're gonna. Well, you're not bad. You're not bad. You're not bad. You're not bad. We'll take you. Okay, I could raise my voice and say, "Hey, Oakley, be quiet." But the thing is, she usually moves on. What if I say it in a calm tone? Oh well, nope, she's coming. She must have heard me. Hey, Ogie. Hey, Ogie, did you get it? Whatever it was? Did you get whatever you wanted to get? Or are you telling me about it? Why are you not still exhausted from our walk? We had such a good walk, and you're supposed to be exhausted from it because it was hot outside, and you were panting quite a bit, young lady. Oh, that was a cool sound. I've never thrown that orb before. We're trying all kinds of new orbs today. Oh, now she's drinking. Very weak regular attack, massive damage on crit, can target any enemy. Oh well, none of those seem great. Go ahead and upgrade you. Understand you're not that great of an orb unless we have other orbs. Maybe like go for the eyes circle would be nice to have with it. Or maybe not necessarily go for the eye circle is what we necessarily need, but it's usually a pretty good orb to have in regards to this. We're going to target you though. Do. That works. 2 bombs hit. 43 gold. Come on now, get us to 50 gold is perfect. That is good in my eyes because, ooh, and that electropegnet though. Elector magnet. Ooh, is so juicy, so juicy. We're picking it up. I'm sorry, but we are picking it up. We are going to upgrade. I mean, you're not bad, but I think you're probably going to be more priority to upgrade here. And we skip you. Yes. We skip you, go left, go right, go right. We're not going to miss out on anything. We got an orb that we needed. We're going to let the Terra Ball sink. And we're going to go right. Please go right. No! Robbed again. That's okay. If the world wants to deal us these cards, we will take it and see if we can at least get a pair of 2s out of it. Let's say that. Because sometimes you can win with a pair of 2s. You just gotta hope the other person has no cards. Nothing good. Not even a pair of 3s can we beat. Actually, I think we're a little bit better than a pair of 2s right now. I think a pair of 2s is like the base deck. Trigger crit every 6 hit up to 10 times is not bad, but not necessarily what we need at this current juncture. Going into an elite fight. We need stronger orbs. The stronger our orbs are, the stronger we become. 136 is not a bad amount of damage. Not fantastic amount. Call me crazy for that, but 2 birds, 1 stone there. Do I double up you? But you have no negative effects right now, but I did not want to hit that crit because that was an easy crit. Yeah, it doesn't double up the one that's not already there, the one that it applies, which is kind of good to know. Kind of hoped it did, but it is probably better that it doesn't because that could be a little bit broken with the Roundrel. Favors the Roundrel a little bit more for sure. Can we hit you? Yes, we can. Because if we scroll up, oh, what just changed? My throw changed. You didn't hit the refresh. You're supposed to prioritize the refresh. Where's your negative status effect? You fell down the backside. Oh, is there a shop at all? We can still make it to the shop, and we have a lot of fights in the way before that shop, so I think we can safely upgrade. You're kind of pointless to upgrade, to be fair with you, but Prime Rod of Frost is fantastic orb to have. We have no health, no real no real rhythm to our build right now. We kind of just have orbs, heavily reliant on one specific orb in this deck. We're going to target you though. 2 big bombs doesn't take out the bats though. Big refresh. Refresh was not necessary. Was not a necessity. Well, you know, Electromagnet is not playing into our hand well. Well, that's sad. Still did enough damage. Is fine by me. You did plenty of damage. Then there was the go for the eye circle for sure. We are going to just take the heals instead of upgrading it. We might not even take that elite fight. I mean that we might not take the shop, especially since we're fighting against this fight specifically right now. Sad, sad, sad. Big refresh hit. Thank you for that. It's a shame we're not min-maxing our targeting aspects here, so we are going to start now. Now we target you. Get you off the screen. Oh, I thought I could angle. Oh, you still hit a bomb. Beautiful work. Thank you so much, good sir. Yes, we have no money, so we are probably going to just take the heals and not take the shop. Hope for something good at these question marks. Continue on. We don't need the egg. The egg's just a bad thing to have to babysit the whole time into this fight. Consistent fight. We have good orbs is the thing. Maybe we go for you here. We wouldn't have done enough to take out the front guy anyway, so I don't think that hurts us in any way, shape, or form. Go for the eye circle. Definitely needs upgraded tremendously bad. Oh, yes. Somehow you actually hit that refresh. Don't know how, but I'm not going to complain. Refreshes the board when fired. Convert every 8 pegs to a refresh. We're taking the heals. We have to have heals for this boss fight. Only because, well, our heals were meaningless. They were meaningless. Boom, look at that. 300 damage just like that. Now we have a big issue ahead of us. But we are applying blind to you. Now with you, blind should be very strong because now it's going to be 3 times. Boom, 6 blind now. We are going to try to fast rush our reload so we can get back around to our big orbs. Not the orb I was hoping for. Come on, miss. Oh, you did 8 damage? I thought you only did 5. Well, shoot. That's 3 for 3. I mean, 0 for 3. We didn't even get past the first act. That is crazy how strong the first act is. Not once in all 3 of those runs, and we had pretty decent builds, but we never got past the first act. It is what it is. I'm sure there's some things we did wrong, and you'll let me know in the comment section below. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll learn from our mistakes, but we'll carry on. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to talking with you all later. Bye-bye.